Hey, good morning family, welcome back to the channel. We are here just hanging out, waiting for the groceries to get here. It's a bit of a smaller haul this week, just needed some things for Thanksgiving. We'll be going to my dad's house this year. Last year it was here at my house, so this year it's at my dad's. So I'll be taking just the mashed potatoes and mac and cheese and a couple of pies. I had most of this stuff on hand, so I just picked up the little bit that I still needed. And then we only got some food for meals for the weekend and Monday and Tuesday, because I think we're gonna try to do something on Wednesday. I'm not sure, but we'll see. So we're just hanging out. I just got a load of laundry in the washing machine so I can get Atlas's clothes washed. And yesterday night we figured out that Atlas ran out of diapers. So back to Target we go today. Yeah, Dee needed some beard stuff anyway, and they didn't have that at the Target that I went to, so we're gonna try a different one today. We keep the diapers upstairs in the empty bedroom, so I had asked Jaden to go upstairs and grab a pack of his diapers, and he told me we were out. I'm like, uh-oh, but luckily I always keep his diaper bag pretty stocked, so he had more than enough for what we need until we go to the store. But I was like, man, I was just at Target for like a very long time buying too many things, so I could have grabbed the diapers had I known. But for breakfast, we're gonna try the gingerbread loaf that I made last night, and we're gonna do some more of the shredded hash browns, some eggs, and then I'll ask the guys what they want, either bacon or sausage. Okay, so since the bagels were a fail, plan B is gonna be just a copycat Starbucks gingerbread loaf. Alright, so I just set my oven to preheat at 350, and I sprayed my 9x5 loaf pan with Baker's Joy. So I'm going to add the butter and the sugar into the mixer, and we are going to beat that until it is fluffy.
Leaves are turning yellow. The air is getting cold.
Okay, so it says to add in the vanilla, half a teaspoon and 1 large egg. Then it says 1 cup of applesauce. I didn't have any. Well, I had these Go-Go squeeze pouches, so that is what I'm going to use to equal 1 cup. Okay, so in a separate bowl, I'm gonna add my flour, baking soda, and spices. So I need 1.5 cups of flour. 1 teaspoon of baking soda. 2 teaspoons of ginger. 2 teaspoons of cinnamon. And 1 teaspoon of ground cloves. And we also need half a teaspoon of nutmeg. And we're just gonna mix this and then slowly add it to our wet mixture that's in the KitchenAid. Alright, so now we're just gonna get the batter into our greased pan and bake it for about 55 minutes or until the toothpick comes out clean. Alright, so I just pulled the gingerbread loaf out of the oven. It cooked for about 50 minutes. I probably should have checked on it a little bit earlier, but it's alright. It smells really good. So we'll just have some of this with breakfast tomorrow. I'll go ahead and show you guys what we got in today's grocery haul. Alright, gonna go ahead and start the haul. I had to already start breakfast because I've got some hungry kids here. So we've got the shredded potatoes and 1 pack of bacon already going. And then for produce, we've got some Texas-sized russet potatoes. I'm going to use those for tomorrow's dinner and for Thanksgiving. Got some cilantro, some bananas, 3 avocados, 2 onions, Then 2 salad kits. We actually returned or exchanged these for the ones we had last week because those expired way before the date on the bag. So these were just an exchange, not included in our total. We got 2 loaves of this thick slice brown sugar cinnamon, so I'll use that for some French toast. Some thin rounds. These were free with the low carb tortillas that we got. So I got another pack of those. We'll do some tacos again on Tuesday. Some hot dog buns, some hamburger buns. We're gonna go ahead and do our hamburgers tonight. We've got some blueberries, some strawberries, some frozen baby carrots. We're gonna do pot roast, and I usually buy the fresh carrots, but those we only use a little bit and then the rest just go bad, so I figured I would give these a try. Some broccoli florets, and then I also got 2 packs of these baby potatoes because we really like the other ones and there was a coupon. So I got the home style this time and the smokehouse. And then Dee grabbed 2 more kombuchas. These are fall edition. And we've got 2 things of whipped cream, 1 gallon of 2% milk, some cinnamon, the savory pot roast seasoning, and then for the mac and cheese for Thanksgiving, I grabbed some triple cheddar, some sharp cheddar, and a small block of easy melt. We also got some bun size beef franks for the hot dogs. Last time we made chili, the next day the boys wanted chili dogs, so we grabbed that since we've got a little bit of leftover chili from last night. Some hamburger buns for tonight, some more bacon, and 2 sausage link packs, 1 original and 1 maple. And then I've got these little tins just to take the mac and cheese and the mashed potatoes to my dad's house for Thanksgiving. And then some disposable pie trays, because when we were at Sam's, I got the pie crust from there. And we've got Atlas, some more mac and cheese, and just some floss sticks. But that is everything, a smaller haul since we got all of our meat at Sam's and we're only cooking until probably Tuesday. That is all for this week. So verdict on the bread, it was really, really good, very moist. The recipe called for like a cream cheese frosting with pecans. I didn't do that, and I think it was still really good without it. But yeah, Mr. Atlas enjoyed his breakfast. He is now enjoying making a mess. What are you doing? You silly. But yeah, this is all we have left. Just a little butt end of the bread that nobody wants to eat. Just kidding, somebody will eat it. Alright, so I'm gonna go ahead and try to do these bagels one more time, but I'm gonna follow the recipe and not try it in the bread machine. So I've got my warm water, and it calls for 2 packages of the yeast, and 1 package is 2 1/4 teaspoons, so I'm gonna do 4 1/2. Give that a little stir, and then it says to set aside for 5 to 6 minutes until slightly foamy. I think the problem yesterday was that I overheated my milk, so I may have killed the yeast, and that's why it didn't rise in the bread machine. But let me go ahead and put this aside, and then I'm gonna get the mixer ready. Attach the dough hook to your stand mixer and add half of the flour. It calls for 3 1/2 cups. I'm just gonna go ahead and add 2 cups. Once the yeast is ready, I'll add that into the mixer as well. I'm just making a big old mess over here. Okay, so the yeast has been sitting for 5 minutes, so I've got half of the flour mixture in the bowl already. So it says to add the yeast mixture and then your warm milk, molasses, and brown sugar. So there's my yeast. We know that the yeast is still good, so the yeast wasn't the problem yesterday. I'll have the recipe down below for the bagels and the gingerbread loaf. Mix the ingredients on a medium setting. Once everything is combined, to add the rest of the flour, half a cup at a time. So I still have 1.5 cups to add. This is how it looked yesterday. Like the dough just wasn't coming together, and it's supposed to be making a ball. I added a little bit more flour and that's not helping, so I'm gonna add a little bit of water to see if I can get it to come together. So that didn't work. That's actually separating more, so I'm gonna add a little bit of flour back in there. Alright, so that's looking a little bit better. It's actually coming together a little bit more. It says the dough should be slightly sticky. We'll try it like this and see if it rises. Then I'm just going to put it into a large greased bowl and let it rise. Alright, so a little bit of trial and error here, but that's how we learn, right? Alright, so I got my bowl, just sprayed it down with some Baker's Joy, and I'm just going to take the dough, mix that around a little bit just so it can get coated too. I don't know if this is going to work, but we shall see. So just gonna put that in the bowl, cover it with a towel, and we are gonna let it rise until it's doubled in size for about an hour. And it's not very warm in the house today, so I'm gonna put this in the oven. Okay guys, so the dough has been rising for an hour now. It's definitely not doubled in size, but it did rise and it's a bit softer. So I'm just gonna go with it and see how they turn out. Maybe this is how it's supposed to look. Now we're just gonna separate them into 8 to 10 equal sized dough balls and then poke a hole in the center to get them into the bagel shape. They smell really good and they're a lot softer than yesterday. I'm hopeful. All right, so there are our shaped bagels. So just gonna cover them back up and let them rise again for about another hour. So this is definitely time consuming. So make sure if you're gonna try these, you give yourself, it says the total time about 3.5 hours. Alright guys, so I just pulled the bagels out of the oven. They were rising for probably about an hour and 20 minutes. It definitely did not double. They still look the same size to me, but I'm still going with it. We're gonna finish them and see how it comes out because we've already made it this far. I've got the oven preheating to 450 degrees and I've got my pot of water boiling. So once that's up to a boil, I will go ahead and continue. So I got my water boiling. I'm gonna put about 2 to 3 bagels in and we're gonna boil them for about a minute or so. It says once they start to rise, then you can take them out. You don't want to overcrowd your pan. Alright, so we'll go ahead and take this one out. You want to use a slotted spoon so that you can drain off the excess water. So they are bigger after they're boiled. Fingers crossed that this isn't a total fail. Alright, taking the last bagel out. So now that they're all boiled, I've got 1 egg white here, slightly beaten, and I'm just going to brush that over each bagel, and then we'll bake them at 415 degrees for 20 to 25 minutes. Alright, just going to get these in the oven, and then I'll show you the final product. I just put the bagels out. I left mine in for 18 minutes and they seem to be good to go. They're actually pretty soft. So we'll let them cool down and then we'll try them and let you know if they are good or not. I'm surprised it actually worked out. One of the spices is overwhelming though, so. But like the consistency of it is really good and it's soft. I think it's just too much ginger, maybe, for me. I guess you just have to trust the process because I really didn't think these were gonna come out. I thought they were gonna be like hard as rocks. I don't know. Consistency is really good, but there's just something about the flavor. So I just let the guys try them. Jay took a bite, made a face, and like shaking his head yes. So I already know he's not a fan. Gave Michael a piece. He says it tastes like lemon soap or floor cleaner with a touch of Febreze. We can't figure out what it is. Maybe the nutmeg? I don't know. That's really sad though because the texture and everything is on point, even though I thought this was going to be a total fail. But with good cream cheese, I think it'll be alright. But yeah, it's like an overwhelming aftertaste of one of the spices or the molasses. Does molasses have flavor? I have no idea because I've never worked with it. But they can definitely be doctored. We just gotta figure out what that taste is. Okay guys, so I totally forgot that I was recording and I didn't record dinner, but everything was really good. Mr. Atlas enjoyed it. Now he's having some blueberries. But thank you guys for hanging out with us today, and don't forget to like the video, and if you are new, don't forget to subscribe to join our family, and we'll see you guys in the next one. Bye bye. Bye bye.